was that conversation like with him, and how did he take the news that he's not on the roster?
Yeah, it's more of a Joe question because Joe talked to him about it, Joe and Josh Miller. I think that ultimately Verlander's a professional. He's been in the game a long time. And, ultimately he wants to do what's best for the club. And so I thought that from talking to Joe, the conversation went very well.
Back right to Brian.
How about with Alvarez? What were the conversations like about him being on the roster, and do you expect him to have any limitations at all in what he can do?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we wanted Jordan on badly. We felt like, if he could give us all that he has, he may not be totally 100%, but I think he felt good enough to go, and so, we're going to, push forward, and we put him on the roster. And ultimately, we're looking for good things from him. We felt like he's healthy enough. He's gone through, some pretty good baseball activity, in terms of running and swinging the bat. So we felt he was good to go. Excuse me.
On the left, Michael.
Hey, Dana. Jose Altuve in recent weeks has kind of talked about wanting Alex to stay here long term, optimistic that a deal will be reached. What are your thoughts on just his comments about that, and do you have similar optimism, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately we want, Bregman to stay. I mean, he's done a lot of good things here in this organization. I've had some conversations with Boris, and we talked about, meeting up at the end of the season and having some good conversations. So we'd love for him to stay. We hope we can get it done. As far as, he's a good teammate, with Altuve. So I could understand why Altuve really would like to have him here too. So, and we also feel the same way.
Anyone else for Dana? Over here on the right.
Dana, is McCullers throwing?
Sorry?
Is McCullers throwing?
No.
Joe had said that he was going to start throwing again. I think it was the weekend before last. What happened there?
Say that again?
Joe had said that he was going to start throwing. McCullers was going to start throwing weekend before last. Why didn't he start?
Well, I mean, I don't think there's any need to rush McCullers at this stage of the game. I mean, he's not going to pitch for us this year, of course. And so, the whole goal is to get him back, for 2025 at some point. And so I don't think it's any need to rush him. And I think once he feels good enough to go, we can start letting him throw, and it's going to be based on how he feels.